Well, welcome back. So here we are. I want to pick up where I left off last time. I told you I wanted to tell you a story. So I'm working with a particular person right now, and they have some debt, and it's probably going to take them, I think, maybe 3 years before it's all paid off. But it looks good. I mean, they can do it. And this particular person wanted to consolidate and go get another loan. And after we talked about it, she's like, "Oh yeah, I don't want to do that because it's not real. Oh, it's rarely a good idea." So anyway, so we're talking and we're going through her numbers. I like everybody give me a budget, tell them what they're spending, what they're bringing in, and we've got to account for every dollar because if you don't, it's just a mess and it's hard to figure somebody's finances out. I mean, it's like going to the doctor. I mean, the doctor says, "Well, does it hurt here? I mean, what are the symptoms? How you feel?" I mean, he needs to know everything. I mean that's the way it is when you do financial coaching. We want to know everything. We want to know where every dollar is going. Not everything's necessary, and most debt is because of unnecessary spending. Now, there's a couple things people do. They do buy a house that's more than they can afford, but let's just put that aside. They'll go out and buy cars. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, probably 80% of the people I talk to, I'm like, sell the car, sell the car. That's your problem. You got $30,000 you owe on a car. Oh man. Anyway, but I want to talk about the little foxes that spoil the vine, that will eat up your finances. So I'm talking to this particular person, and they're telling me that well, on their phone they have these games. Oh yeah, I forgot about that because when they listed out the expenses, they didn't tell me about the games. Oh yeah, that's dollar here, dollar there. It adds up. I might spend $50 a month. Now, I don't have games on my phone. I don't know if you do. I don't know what the price is, but listen, it doesn't matter. We all have something that we could easily spend money on. Hey, during the crisis, I'm not real sure why. I mean, people leaving the store with water, like 10 gallons of water. Now, I don't know. Maybe they don't have indoor plumbing or something, but I get water out of my sink. All I'm saying is, I, all right, I mean, I understand if you got bad water, maybe you have to buy it. I get that, or you can just buy a filtering system. I don't know. I don't. But all I'm saying is, we spend money on a lot of things. I mean, we spend over $1 billion on bottled water every year. So I mean, well, it's into the billions. All right, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and so you can go and just. I mean, people buy a bottle of water at the checkout. I mean, we have weak spots. Could be candy, could be books, could be magazines, could be just internet, Netflix. It could be a number of things. Could be soda. For adults, it could be beer, it could be wine. Women like to get their nails done. Well, maybe you're getting them done too often. All right. And then if you have pets, we have 3 dogs. Toys are expensive, so we buy tennis balls, El Cheapos, real cheap tennis balls, all right, or frisbees. But I mean, they last. They last for a long time because you can go out and spend $10 on a pet toy. I'm not doing that. Can you imagine? You could spend $100 a year not even thinking about it. Well, you're at the store, you just pick it up. No, that's a budget buster. All right, so we're not going to do that. Uh, I don't know if you like to go to Chick-fil-A or go get that fancy coffee at Starbucks. I see I see teenagers uh, come out of Starbucks because I drive by it a lot, and I see them coming out with these nice drinks. They got whipped cream, and it's got to be a $5 drink. I mean, I guess it could be less, but so how all I'm saying is these little foxes, they can spoil your finances. Could be new clothes and whatever, but you get the idea. When I talk to people, most of the time they can find $50 a month. Now that you may not be able to right now, but a lot of people can. And I just want you to know, I want you to just think about this. One thing nice about being when you're a teenager, you don't make a lot of money, even if you have a part time job. So you could open up a Roth IRA account. Now, the way the Roth works, you can put in several thousand a year. Now, you invest it through a mutual fund. And we're going to get there, and I'll tell you, but I'm just kind of getting you ahead to show you the importance of just a little bit of money. So you put that in there. Now it's growing tax free. Now let's say you made $6,000. Now that means you can only put 6,000 into the Roth. You can't put in more than you make, and then of course the limit's not much higher than that. All right, so you put 6,000 in, but on that money you made, you're not in a high enough income tax bracket where you're even paying taxes yet. So think about this: as a teenager, and let's just say you start at age 16. Now, once again, you can go back and look at that chart if you want. Okay, what if you only did 2,000 a year in a Roth? Pretty good though. I mean, go back and look at that chart. Now, that money is growing tax free. I want you to keep that in mind because that's huge. And so now it may be, what if your parents were very generous and they said, well, we'll match it? Okay, what I mean is when you get out of college and you get a job, more than likely when you contribute money to a Roth or a 401k, your employer will match it up to a certain percentage. Let's say you make 50,000 and you want to put in 3%, all right, into your 401k. So that's $1,500. Well, then your employer, if they match up to 3%, they put in 1,500. I mean, that's free money. You got to take it. You have to take it. Okay, so let's go back now, teenager, but let's say your parents want to match it. And so you're putting in 50, they're putting in 50. So you got $100 in your Roth IRA. So, and let's say you did that your whole 4 years of high school and your money is growing at 7%. Okay. Uh, you're going to have $5,500 when you get out of high school. Pretty nice, huh? I mean, pretty nice, right? I mean, you're basically putting in $1,200 a year. All right, but the it's growing the first year, and then the next year it's growing, and then your interest is growing too. So you got compound interest. And let's say you don't add anything else to it. You get out of high school, life happens. Life happens, and oh yeah, I got other things. I just can't do anything anymore. Well, 40 years later, it grows to $90,000. I mean, that's pretty cool though, right? You didn't touch it, you didn't put any more money in. But if it grew at 7% annually on average over 40 years, that's $90,000. Now, if it were to grow at 10%, now I want you to hear me out. Historically, the stock market has averaged about 11.8%. I mean, since the day it opened back in the early 1900s until now. You can't forget about right now. Okay, everybody's caught up in the moment. Oh man, the stock market's crashing. America's gone. Let's just burn the whole country down and call it a day and move to Europe. I don't know. I mean, okay, let's just forget that. And I hope you enjoyed the video I sent you in the email. Just a really good video. I mean, just look. And then I'm looking forward to seeing what you had to say in your papers. And so what I might do too is if I find some things that are interesting, then I'll grab it, send it your way. You probably maybe you have a little extra time. You may not because the staying at home may not affect you as much unless you were in sports or something like that. So, but anyway, so I'll try to be aware of that. But if your money did grow at 10%, you would have $300,000. That's nothing to sneeze at. So, what did that involve? You putting aside $50 a month. Your parents matched it, or if they didn't, $100 a month for 4 years and never do anything else. $300,000. 40 years later. All right. And if you're like, I don't even like this stuff, I'm not doing that, then you know what? Just do that and then quit. Just quit. Let your money grow, and one day you'll have 300,000. I mean, it's better than nothing. All right. So I just want you to see the power of small. All right. And I know as teenagers, you're not thinking about saving money. It's about having fun. I get that. I don't have to tell you, look at all the college kids down at the beaches during the virus and all, because it's about having fun. I get all that. We got to do that. All right. So, all right, I need to bring it to a close on this video. We're going to pick it up. We're going to go into chapter 5 and talk about life after high school when I come back to the videos next week. So I'll get these 3 you've looked at, and then there'll be 3 more the next week, and we'll stay on pace where we can finish, because here's the deal. I feel like we're going to have to finish the school year just like this, but we can do it with the technology that we have. All right? So anyway, hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you again next week.